The great thing about a first date is that you get to know one another. The bad thing is that once you know that person, you may or may not like what you see. I had a chance to chat with Amber Kelleher, and she had some excellent tips on how to keep a good date from going bad. Amber, you've set up many people on dates. What about those that start out good but then go bad?
That's a really good question. Well, actually, I have a lot of dates on record. My mom and I have over 40,000 dates since the 1980s. So we read all this feedback. We learn about how people are being perceived on dates and what they think of the others. So here's what you want to do. If you've got a great date that's starting off absolutely fine but ends up going south, it's usually because one of the two people tune out. Men, especially if you're not interested in the woman, you have a tendency to think, oh gosh, I got to get out of here. Where am I going to go? I got to look over here. What you want to do is still be yourself, still be part of the date. Don't set up something that's going to be so long that you're stuck all day with someone. Maybe just plan drinks before dinner. If it doesn't work out, you don't have to go to dinner. But never be rude and never tune out, because she's going to tell her friends. She might have a perfect girlfriend for you. I've had lots of marriages happen when it's a friend of the person, and she's not going to introduce you to anybody if you're rude.
Okay, what if a guy, say you know, everything is fine, you've ordered, and all of a sudden he starts berating the busboy? That's scary.
Okay, all right, here's the thing. Be very, very courteous to the people that you're around. Here's a window into who you are. She's going to be watching. So how you talk to the waiter, how you talk to the hostess or the valet, for example, these are just the people that are kind of in your little bubble while you're out. If you're rude to them or you're demanding or you're expecting the best table and you will not wait, she's going to step back and go, you know what, this really isn't the person that I want to be with, especially if you're nice to her and you're rude to somebody else. There's no such thing as being both. You're either one way or the other, and she will see the negative side of you.
All right, going to the mailbag, Brendan K. wants to know, should you ever bring up divorce or babies on a first date? I think it's a good idea to get it all out of the way. Brendan.
No, babies are not a good idea to get out of the way in the very beginning. A lot of men actually will step back if a woman says, you know, I'd really like to have kids. Are you interested in having children? The answer is going to be no, even if he wants to. Save that for the third or fourth date. You should know pretty much fine if they've been married or divorced. That's fine to ask, but then you don't want to talk about the ex-wife or the ex-husband, just whether or not you're married or divorced.
And you definitely want to bring up if you have the current wife or husband.
Yeah. If you're married,
you shouldn't be on that date.
Shouldn't be on that. Yeah.
All right, and for more helpful tips, where can people go?
Okay, helpful tips, always. You can go to KelleherInternational.com for tips on courting and first dates and everything that you need to know. KelleherInternational.com.
And if it isn't the love of your life, you might make a good friend.
Yeah, we're matchmakers. You never know.